In this video, I will show you how to use MSIX App Attach to publish remote apps in Windows Virtual Desktop. In WVD, MSIX applications are attached to a host pool or assigned to a host pool, and then what determines which users actually see the application in their desktop is done through application groups. So let's review some of the components. If we go under MSIX App Attach images, we can see that we have several applications that are listed here, and it shows me which application is assigned to which host pool. And in particular, we're going to focus on the Mozilla Firefox application, which is currently attached to a host pool called App Attach Demo. Let's go into Workspaces, open up our workspace, and find this host pool called App Attach Demo. You can see that this is a multi-session pooled desktop. So this is not a host pool that is serving up remote apps. It's currently serving up only desktops. And I have several users that are assigned to this host pool. What I'd like to do is, in addition to being able to serve up desktops with applications, I want to serve up applications as remote apps. And I want to use my MSIX version of Firefox to make it available to users. Let's see how that works. So the first thing we'll do is we will go under Manage and select App Groups. Again, App Groups are the containers that users are assigned to. And there are two types of app groups. There is desktop app groups, which is what this host pool is currently using. And then there's also something called the RemoteApps app groups. RemoteApps app groups can be used to publish remote applications, as the name implies. So let's go ahead and add a new remote app group here called Browsers. Let's see, called Browsers. Press Enter. We can add multiple groups if we want it, but I'm going to add remote app called Browsers only for now, and click OK. And what this is going to do is it will change the desktop experience of this host pool from being just a pooled session desktop to being both a desktop and a remote app pool. So you can see now it says multi-user desktop and remote app host pool. Okay, so once we've done this, let's go ahead and go to Manage MSIX App Attach. And we'll see here that Firefox is a browser that has already been attached to this particular host pool, but it's currently only available as part of the app group name that's here. But I want to assign it to the new remote app group that I just created. So I'm going to click on Manage Assignments. I will click in this box, and you can see now my browser's remote app group is available from the list. I'm going to click to select it and click OK. And now Firefox is assigned to both the desktop app group as well as the remote app group that we just created. Okay, now, if we take a look at the remote desktop web client for a particular user called NMW Tester 2, and we refresh this page, we'll see that this user is currently assigned to just a session desktop and not assigned to any applications. Let's go ahead and come back into Nerdio Manager, and we'll click the back button right here. And what we're going to do is go under Manage Users and Group Assignments. We are going to select our newly created Browsers app group right here. You can see it's a remote app group, and there's currently no one assigned to it. So we're going to search for NMW Tester 2, select users that are not currently assigned, click on the user and assign this user to this app group. And then once this assignment completes, we will go back into our remote desktop web client, the HTML client, and refresh the page. And what we would expect to see are now all the applications that have been assigned to the browser's app group, which in our case is only one application, being Firefox. And this Firefox application is delivered through App Attach. So let's come back here and refresh the page. Once the page is refreshed, we can see that Firefox is now listed as an application because the user was added to that remote app group. Let's go ahead and open up Firefox. And while that's launching, let's go back into the Nerdio Manager. And what we can do is we can include additional browsers into the browsers app group for our users who are assigned to that app group. Now, if we had App Attach or MSIX App Attach browsers, we can do that. But let's see what else we can do. What if we take a pre-installed browser like Microsoft Edge that's already built into the operating system and made it available to those users who are members of the app group called browsers. So let's go into the Manage menu again, and we'll see a selection called RemoteApps, and that is because our host pool has a remote app desktop experience because we added that app group earlier. Let's go ahead and click on RemoteApps. And what we'll see here is we do have one remote app already published. And by the icon next to it, you can tell that it's an MSIX app. However, let's go ahead and add another remote app. This time, let's search for Microsoft Edge. Click OK. And now we're going to have two browsers that are being published to our browser's remote app group. One is an MSIX package. Another one is natively installed. And if we go back here, we'll notice that, first of all, Firefox is open up on the screen. And then if we're going to refresh this page, we'll see once it refreshes that we now have both Firefox and Edge. So let's go ahead and again launch Firefox like we did before. And at the same time, once Firefox opens up, we can go ahead and launch Edge. And now we have both Edge and Firefox running. And we have two versions of Firefox, so let's close one of them. So here we go. We have Firefox, we have Edge, both running within a WVD session. This one is an App Attach, MSIX App Attach application. This one is natively installed, and they're both published through a remote app group called Browser. So again, if we go back into Manage and take a look at our app groups, this group called Browsers has this user that we are testing with called NMW Tester 2, and it has two applications that are assigned to that app group. One is an MSIX App Attach, the other one is natively installed and published through Remote App. So as you can see, there's a ton of power and flexibility and ease of use in being able to deliver applications that are MSIX or natively installed to users without necessarily publishing the entire desktop to them, just delivering them as individual apps. Hope you found this useful, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos.